But I think confession for you today that I could very comfortably say is I'm the happiest that I've ever been. And that part, to have a partner and a husband who is just so supportive, and to have healthy kids that are so joyful in the freeness of their life and the safety of their life that we create for them, of all the things that have happened in my life, I never would have imagined getting here at this point. I would feel just so happy and grateful, and I really do. Well, that's nice.
Meghan, Duchess of Sussex, recently said something simple yet incredibly powerful. Of all the things that have happened in my life, I never would have imagined that getting here, at this point, I feel just so happy and grateful. I really do. This wasn't said in a prepared speech or a carefully crafted press release. It was Meghan speaking from her heart at the Time 100 summit. And in a world where happiness often seems curated or filtered, those words felt refreshingly honest, genuine, grounded. Because when Meghan says she's the happiest she's ever been, she's not just talking about surface-level joy. She's talking about deep, earned contentment, something that means even more when you know what she's had to walk through to get here. Right now, Meghan is thriving. Her Netflix series with Love Meghan, where she shares her love of hosting, cooking, and bringing people together, has taken off. The show is intimate and warm, focused on what it really means to make a house a home, not with luxury or extravagance, but with thoughtfulness and care. The show has quickly become one of the most watched on the platform and has already been renewed for a second season. That's rare. That's real. That shows that people aren't just tuning in for the name, they're staying for the heart. On top of that, Meghan launched her lifestyle brand As Ever, a project rooted in mindfulness, aesthetics, and purpose. Her first product line sold out in just 45 minutes. That's not just buzz, that's impact. It shows a connection with people who trust her vision and want to be a part of it. But ask Meghan what she's most proud of, what really brings her joy, and her answer doesn't have anything to do with career wins. It's her family, her husband Prince Harry, who she describes as so supportive, someone who's walked beside her through life's most complicated chapters. Their relationship, so often the target of public speculation, is clearly built on trust and mutual respect. And then there are her children, Archie and Lilibet. She beams when she talks about them. Archie, now 5, is starting to lose his baby teeth, a milestone moment in any parent's life. Meghan said, "Archie is losing his first tooth and I just hope I'm back in time for it. That's all that matters." That's the part that stands out. All that matters, not the TV ratings, not the applause, not the headlines. What matters is catching the moment your child loses their first tooth. That's what happiness looks like. And to understand the weight of that happiness, you have to understand where Meghan came from. Since joining the royal family, Meghan faced an unimaginable level of scrutiny. She's spoken openly about the racism and cruelty she endured, often from media outlets who seemed more interested in tearing her down than understanding her. The attacks were relentless, personal, cruel. She was expected to smile through it, to be quiet, to conform. Instead, she chose to protect her peace, to protect her family, to step away from an institution that was clearly unwilling to protect her. It wasn't a popular decision for everyone, and yet it was the right one. Because now she's not just surviving, she's living. She's living in a space where she can raise her kids freely, where they can run barefoot on the grass, explore the world without fear, and grow up surrounded by love, not cameras. To have a partner and a husband who is so supportive and have healthy kids who are so joyful in the freeness of their lives and in the safety of their lives that we create for them. Of all the things that have happened in my life, I never would have imagined at this point I would feel so happy and grateful. That's not a soundbite. That's a woman who has fought for this life, who has chosen intention over expectation, family over fame, freedom over fear. There's strength in that kind of decision, strength in walking away from tradition when it no longer serves your well-being, strength in choosing healing over legacy. Some people still criticize Meghan's every move. Some questioned why her Netflix series wasn't filmed at her actual home. But for Meghan, authenticity isn't about geography. It's about presence. It's about connection. The energy she brings into a room, the warmth of her spirit, the thought she puts into creating something beautiful for others. That's what the show reflects. And that, too, is her truth. Now she's using her platform to elevate other voices. Her podcast, Confessions of a Female Founder, highlights women-led businesses and the often unspoken challenges female entrepreneurs face. It's honest, it's empowering, it's necessary. At the Time 100 Summit, Times CEO Jessica Sibley asked Meghan to share a confession. Meghan's response was simple, that I'm the happiest I've ever been. It was quiet, it was real, and it spoke volumes. Because the world often expects women, especially women of color, to minimize their joy, to not appear too happy, too successful, too confident. Meghan's saying no to all that. She's claiming her space, she's claiming her joy. She isn't saying life is perfect, she isn't saying the pain is gone. What she's saying is that joy is possible, peace is possible, and sometimes it comes when you stop chasing approval and start honoring your own truth. Meghan is the happiest she's ever been. Not because everything is easy, but because everything is real. She's choosing to live in the fullness of life, the messy, beautiful, complicated parts, and in doing so, she's giving permission to others to do the same. So when Meghan says she's happy, truly happy, it's not a headline, it's a homecoming. And maybe that's the lesson we can all take from her story, that happiness doesn't always look like a crown. Sometimes it looks like laughter in the kitchen, tiny footsteps in the hallway, a partner by your side, and the quiet knowledge that you are exactly where you're meant to be.